Helen here with Eyes on the Game here in Coconut Creek, Florida at American Top Team, being joined by Colby Covington. Is it still safe to say the champ, Colby Covington, with your belt?
Of course it's safe to say. You know, you can call me the people's champ, you can call me America's champ, you can call me Donald Trump's favorite fighter, but I am the real champion of this welterweight division.
Yeah, well, speaking of champions, Dana White did say that you are next in line for Usman. How do you feel about that?
Cameron Usman is next in line for me. He won his #1 contendership fight against Woodley, so now he's going to get his ass beat and he's going to get sent to the bottom of the line like the rest of them.
Now, when do you foresee that fight happening?
I was begging Dana White, let's get this going as soon as possible. The sooner the better. But, Usman's out there faking injuries. He's saying, he's got all these different injury excuses. Oh, my hand, my knee, my hernia. He's just trying to delay the inevitable. It's that I'm going to take everything he worked for and he's going to be, forgotten.
And when you guys do fight, how do you see the matchup going and the fight playing out?
I don't think it's going to be a competitive fight. He's got nothing that I haven't seen before. He's been doing everything after I've already done it. He beat Tyron Woodley. I beat his ass for years in this gym. And that octagon right there, I've left Tyron Woodley unconscious, And, RDA, Damian Maia, two guys that I took their souls and he beat him after me. So, I'm going to take Cameron Usman's soul, and he's never going to fight again after I fight him.
When you do fight him, and if you do beat him, do you think that beef will finally be done, or will there always kind of be ongoing stuff between you two?
Oh, no, that's a real beef. This isn't manufactured beef, so we're always going to have an issue. This is my state. He's living in my state. I'm in Florida. I run this state. No one runs a state like me. I'm 305's finest. So, if I see him out in the streets, I can't promise that I'm not going to swing on him after he tried to attempt what he did in the Palms Buffet line against me. So, there's always going to be a beef there. And I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money.
Now, can you clear the air on what really happened that day?
Yeah, I was just sitting in the Palms Buffet lane trying to get my crab legs. Like, can the man get some
king crab legs?
Yeah, come on. Can the man get some king crab legs? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Abdullah Sleaze comes from the side and tries to take a punch on me. But, I am the reflection of perfection. And, I got reflexes like a cat. So, he couldn't hit me. I got the reflexes like a cat. And I got out of the way, and then Usman was jumping over the barrier looking very healthy on that day. So, all these fake injuries he's making up, obviously, is fake news. He's a liberal soy boy. So, that's what happened, and then he tried to push me, and then, he's putting innocent people's lives in danger, kids, pregnant ladies. He was claiming the night before he was trying to give this good guy speech about kids, and he wants to make the world a better place, and then he's acting like a street thug the next day. So, he's a hypocrite, he's two-faced, and I can't wait to leave his face unconscious in that octagon.
And what about you approaching Dana White that day as well? Or was it that same day or the day before?
Oh, that was the night before, I told the people, man, I'm the people's champion, and I'm a man of my word, man. I got to keep everything I say to the people, I got to keep it real. So I told everybody I was going to get my meeting with Dana, and I was staying at the Palms. I noticed he was in the high limit room. I got my meeting with Dana. I went to him. I confronted him. He understood and respected what I do. We got our talk, and here we are today. Now I get to unify this belt and send this little soy boy Snoozman to the back of the line.
What do you think about the new belts?
I think they're garbage, man. They look like Power Rangers. I told Dana I'm keeping this belt. I don't want the new belt. I'm keeping this belt. This is always going to be the real belt.
Or would he make another one of those belts for you?
He'll do whatever, anything for me. He knows I'm his favorite fighter now, and he knows I'm the biggest draw in the UFC now. So whatever I say goes, They know that they can't tell me what to do. They try and boss me around. They know that doesn't work good, so I call the shots now.
But what about Ben Askren? He's been making a lot of noise.
Oh, Ben Askren, the guy that hasn't even got a top 10 win yet, hasn't even got one UFC win. This is the same guy that got dropped on his head by Robbie Lawler and was going to get his head knocked into the front row if it wasn't for Herb Dean saving his life. So if the guy wins a couple fights and gets to the top of the mountain, sure, it's an easy fight. You're a 36-year-old virgin. You're a little science school teacher nerd. So, go get some wins and then come holler at me, Junior.
And then what about Ali saying that he wants Masvidal to fight Usman next for the title?
It's fake news narrative that Ali's always given out. He was begging for Ben Askren after Usman won, and then he was begging for Darren Till before the fight happened, and then George wins the fight, and he's begging for George. The guy doesn't know what he wants, but he wants nothing to do with me because he knows I'm going to take everything he worked for. I'm going to beat his fucking little golden tickets ass, and that's going to be that. But that guy's not going to get a title shot off winning one fight out of three. You're 1-3. He bounced back. Good for him, but everybody knows I'm next in line. I'm most deserving.
And would you like to invite President Trump to that fight, front row maybe?
Yeah, I talked with President Trump in the Oval Office. I said I want him front row at my next fight, but, it's too big of a security concern. There's too many people in the world that want him dead. So, it would be too much of a liability for him to come to the fight. But his son, Donald Trump Jr., will be at my next fight. I've had communication with him, and we'll have the Trump family there in support. And I know Donald Trump will be watching me from his laptop when I knock out Usman cold.
And ideally, where would you like that fight to happen?
Ideally, Vegas is the fight capital of the world, so let's go back to Vegas. Let me make Vegas great again. That sounds like a great place for me, July 6th, International Fight Week.
And what do you have to say to all your fans?
To all my haters, all my lovers, just stay tuned, man. I got so much more for you guys to enjoy and be emotionally invested in, but let's just be honest, you can hop on or hop off, but join the Colby train now.